Have you ever felt like your days are just slipping by where it seems like every single day is kind of just going one after another, after another, after another, and all of a sudden you look up and it's been a week, a month, maybe even a year, and it feels like these things are just rolling by. And maybe you have some really big goals that you've set for yourself, but it seems like time and time and time again, you come up a little bit short. If that's you, then in this video, I'm going to explain why you actually feel like things are just getting away from you and why you're never actually getting to your goals and how you can actually stop that cycle and get on the right path to getting towards your goals, right? Because I definitely used to be the exact same way, okay? When I was playing baseball, it would feel like the season would kind of just snowball and get away from me, whether it was going good or it was going bad. And the most important concept we need to understand here is this concept of momentum, right? Because momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the entire universe. And I think a lot of people don't recognize how almost like supernatural it is. I mean, it's literally a physical force, right? If there's a boulder that's rolling down a hill, the longer that it's rolling down the hill for, the faster and faster and faster it's gonna go, right? Because it's just rolling over and over and over and over and over again, and then eventually it's going really fast and it's very difficult to slow it down. And that's exactly how life goes. And momentum can go either in a really negative way or it can go in a really positive way. And so for a lot of people, they kind of live their life like they're on autopilot, like they're on the highway, like they're on cruise control, right? They just put their car in cruise control and they're just going to the destination and they don't sit there and they're not super intentional with switching lanes. Like, have you ever been on the highway before and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I literally I don't even know what just happened for the last 5 minutes. You know exactly what I'm talking about if you've been on a long drive before, right? I've been on cross country road trips where I literally drove out here from Illinois to Arizona, and I can literally specifically remember times where I was just like, whoa, I totally spaced out there, right? And I still continued to go towards Arizona. I eventually got here safely, but that's how a lot of people are living their life, and that's how I used to live my life too. And the reason why I want to bring light to this is because people don't realize how easy it is for us to get caught in in autopilot, in cruise control. And the reason why that's so dangerous is because your habits, what you are doing in the day-to-day, are going to compound over time. And so if we're not aware of what we're doing in the day-to-day, and we're not aware of the habits that we have to actually be intentional with what we're doing every single day and picking the habits that are in line with the goals that we have, then it's very easy for a day, a week, a month, a year, 10 years to get away from us. And we look up and we're like, whoa, what just happened? And I know a lot of you guys watching this right now can probably relate to what I'm saying, right? So for example, when I used to work my 9-to-5 job, it would feel like every single day that went by, I was kind of living the same life over and 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 over again. And it was kind of mundane and it was kind of boring. And because of that, I feel like I almost disconnected and didn't take my day-to-day seriously. And so, all of a sudden I looked up and I was like, whoa, every weekend I'm going out and getting drunk. Every night I'm smoking weed. I'm doing all these things that are not in alignment with who I actually want to be, with who the world is calling on me to be ever since I was young. But what I was doing is I was just distracting myself from actually needing to be intentional, right? With actually taking the deliberate actions that I needed to take every single day in order to become who I wanted to become. Now, the key lesson to take away from this video is your habits will compound over time. And it's very easy for your day, week, month, year to get away from you if you're not intentional. And so the thing about it is if you have really good habits, if you are consistently doing the actions that are leading you towards the type of person that you want to be, that are leading you towards the goals that you want to have, if you're on autopilot and it's just boom, I'm routine, I'm doing my thing every single day, then if you keep doing that, let's say for example, it's one of your habits to wake up in the morning and go to the gym and work super hard and you stretch, right? Let's say you stretch before every single workout, right? And it's just a habit, autopilot, every single day. Now, if you stretch one day, it's not gonna make a big difference. But in 10 years, if I stretch every single day, I'm probably preventing so many things like my shoulders, right? My shoulders are kind of messed up from my baseball career, and also like I just like to bench a lot. Like if I'm not taking care of my shoulders, in 10 years, I'm gonna have severe shoulder problems. But if I take care of them every single day over an extended period of time, I'm increasing the likelihood that I can keep healthy shoulders, that I can keep a healthy body, that I can maintain great posture as I age. On the contrary, if I'm not intentional about what I'm doing, if I'm not making sure that the little tiny habits that I have every single day are in alignment with my goals, I might wake up one day when I'm 45 with severe upper back and neck and lower back and all these different types of pains because I wasn't intentional, right? Because as we get older, time seems as if it moves so much faster, right? Because 1 hour when, let's say, you're 1 year old is a significantly larger portion of your life than when you're, let's say, 50. And so because it actually is a lot more time to you perceived as you continue to, or it's a lot less time to you perceived as you get older, time continues to, it seems to move faster and faster and faster, right? So if we're not intentional about the habits that we have every single day, then it's very easy to look up and look around and be like, this is not the path that I wanted to be on. And so my message is very clear today. My message is that you need to be very intentional about the habits that you're having every single day, and then create a routine around those habits that are in line with the goals that you have for yourself and the person that you want to become. And then the goals that you achieve will be a byproduct of the habits that you have, because our results are a direct reflection of the actions that we take, okay? And so if we plan and structure our lives around these habits that we have, like getting sleep, getting your steps in, working out, maintaining great relationships, like, living a healthy lifestyle, working on your business, working towards achieving your goals. Whatever your goals are, right? Everybody that's watching this is probably in a little bit different situation. But the message is very clear. Align your habits and your little micro decisions every single day in line with the big goal that you have for yourself and the identity and the person that you want to become, and execute on those over an extended period of time and stick to it, because momentum is the most powerful force on this planet, the human force, right? The physical, something that we can explain. So powerful, okay? And we want it to work in our advantage. So create good habits, stick to them, build momentum, and over an extended period of time, you will achieve all of your goals and become exactly who you want to be as a byproduct of the actions and the habits that you have. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. Happy Friday, y'all. Catch you in the next one. Peace.